Game Up. They make a thirst-quenching adult beverage with a special blend of electrolytes. Comes in 4 great flavors: fruit punch, lemon, lime, orange, and grape.
Only 110 calories, guys. Low carb. Get yourself some Game Up. UFC Fight Night this week. Let's talk about it.
Prelims, what to keep an eye out for. I mean, overall, I think this card, top to bottom, is better than the pay-per-view last week. Definitely more compelling fights. Not a lot of big names, but on the prelims...
Gregory Rodrigues and Jared Cannonier, by the way. I didn't say the main event.
On the prelims, Gabriel Bonfim and Chaos Williams. I cannot see how that would not be a fun fight. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that one. On the undercard, Rodolfo Vieira and Andre Petroski. That's also a very fun fight. Keep an eye out for that one. And then, I don't know why, but I'm just a fan of the guy, Edmen Shahbazyan versus Dylan Budka. Shahbazyan, he was in that earlier, prospect rung of UFC prospects who kind of got thrown to the wolves a little too early. The Sage Northcutts, the Mickey Galls.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the only one that's managed to really stick around, but it's been rough going. So hopefully he can get it done here. I do believe he is a favorite. I don't know very much about Dylan, but hopefully he can get it done here. Co-main event is Calvin Kattar versus Youssef Zalal.
Youssef Zalal, 16-5-1, 4 KOs, 9 subs, 3 decisions. He's won 6 in a row, by the way. He's 9-3-1 in the UFC. Never been finished professionally. I don't know about his amateur career, but not once has he been finished professionally. Always been a decision loss. And he's a guy early on in his UFC. At one point, that went on like a 3-fight losing streak.
3 fights in a draw.
In a draw, yeah. So you think he'd been cut, and now look at him. So very impressive, mentally tough. Calvin Kattar, 23-8. 11 KOs, 2 subs, 10 decisions. He's lost 4 out of his last 5. To be fair, those losses are to Arnold Allen, Aljamain Sterling, Josh Emmett, and Max Holloway. All badasses. One of the best of the best. That being said, I think Calvin Kattar has probably got a little more wear and tear on him. And this is the great time for Youssef, who's been surging and gets this fight now. I'm going to go Youssef by decision because Calvin Kattar is just a dog. And I don't see either one of these guys, too. Even if Kattar, I don't see either one of these guys getting finished. So I think this could be a fun fight. We'll find out, but I'm going to go Youssef by decision.
Yeah, Kattar's a +3 underdog or +310 underdog right now. He hasn't looked his old self since that Max fight, which, if you remember, was the fight where they were showing like behind the scenes footage and Dana was talking to Hunter like before the fight even ended and said, I want him to the hospital immediately after this fight. No interview, no talking to the press or anything, in an ambulance into the hospital to get checked on. I think he was worried that they were going to have their first death on their hands. So,
I get it. He was into a lot of punches to the head that day.
That was the I'm the best boxer in UFC, count him up, breaking the record for most significant punches landed. So
I like Kattar for what it's worth. Emotionally, I'm pulling for the guy this weekend. I hope he finds a way to get it done, but I got to go Youssef.
Same, yeah. And then, so he had that, and he had a like 18-month layoff from that beating, came back, and then he, I think, tore his ACL against Arnold Allen a couple years ago. So then he was off again. So I'd love to see him back to his old self because we know what he can do, but he's 36 at this point. Chances are we're not going to see that guy again, unfortunately. Like you said, Yusuf's been around for a while. This is his first chance to crack the top 10, though. 6-fight win streak, like you said. I'm rooting for Calvin, but I'm with you. I'm picking Youssef by decision. Same reason I don't see Kattar getting finished.
No.
If he does, I think it'll be a submission, but I don't. And I'm like you, rooting for Kattar, but Youssef by decision.
Those only guys out of all those badasses I mentioned he lost to that he got finished by was Arnold Allen, which was an injury.
Yeah. So. Main event. Exciting fight here. Jared Cannonier versus Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues.
Jared Cannonier is 17-8, 10 KOs, 2 subs, 5 decisions. He's lost his last 2 fights. This is a guy who has wins over Sean Strickland, Marvin Vettori, beating a lot of top middleweights. But, he had some time off after, I believe, an injury, and now he's lost these 2 in a row. He's 41 years old. I point that out because Gregory Rodrigues is 32 years old. He's 16-5, 10 KOs, 3 subs, 3 decisions, 7-2 in the UFC, and he's won 5 out of his last 6. Again, I feel this is almost like the similar thing with the co-main event. We got one guy who was a top established guy like Jared Cannonier, but appears with age and everything, maybe wear and tear, he could be on the decline. We'll find out. But Rodrigues is soaring right now. I like this. The one difference I'm going to say is I actually think Rodrigues is going to find a way to get the finish here. I think it's going to be later. I think it'll be round 4. Won't be shocked if it goes decision, but something is telling me Gregory Rodrigues is going to make a statement. And he's so tough. I don't think it'll be early. I think it'll be round 4 TKO.
Yeah, like you said, Jared is 41 years old. RoboCop's been steamrolling guys, but Jared's only lost to the top guys. Yeah. Smart money, obviously, I think is on RoboCop with an early TKO, but I'm actually going to pick Cannonier. So I think he has a good style to bait RoboCop in. And he certainly has the power to, land a counter KO on him. So I think that's what's going to happen. Jared still looks like physically very, very good at 41.
He does.
Yeah. So I think, he doesn't engage in the brawl. And as soon as RoboCop lands something, he usually comes forward and tries to go for the finish. So I think Jared can catch him if he does get touched up. So I'm going to say that's what happens. He gets a round 2 KO. But if that doesn't happen, another way Jared could win is if he drags him into the 4th or 5th rounds, because I don't think that RoboCop's mate has gone 4 or 5 rounds. He's pretty muscly. He's very stiff and throws very hard with each of his punches. Jared, we know, can do 5 rounds. He's very good. So
kind of using my logic against me here. Maybe as we go to round 4 or 5. Yeah.
So he could tire him out and get a decision win also. But I think it's more likely he actually counters him and gets the TKO round 2.
And I was looking online when we were talking, so I was just curious to tell our fans because I'm curious. This looks like a 7 p.m. main card start for this.
That's right. Too. Yeah, in the Apex, so it's a smaller cage too. So I'll push them together, force the action a little bit more.
I like it.
If you haven't tried Game Up, then you are missing out. Imagine your favorite seltzer and your favorite sports drink had a baby, but it's way better than that. Each can is 110 calories, low carb, 4.9 ABV. It's a nice light drink that is not light on flavor. Game Up comes in fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. Pick it up at drinkgameup.com or at your nearest liquor store.